Veronica Campos here. Welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, then welcome. I do videos about real estate and my life. I am a realtor here in Washington State, so if you know anyone wanting to move to specifically Tri-Cities, Washington, I'll put my email here so that you can send me any referrals. I am happy to take care of them. Today I'm doing a video on my top 10 tips and advice I have for new real estate agents. So yeah, if you are interested, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you end up liking this video. Number one is get into a good firm or get a mentor. It's really important that you get a mentor that you want to be like, and make sure that when you ask them to be your mentor that you bring some kind of value. So let them know, hey, can I mentor you? Can I just follow you around and I'll help you with anything you need? I'll put up your open house signs. I'll do certain things so that they feel like they're getting something in return. Don't just reach out to people and say, can I mentor you? And that's it. Make sure that you're bringing value. Or get into a good firm where they'll put you with a mentor, and also a good firm that has really good training for new agents so that you can learn all the contracts and learn everything about real estate. Number two is choose who you surround yourself wisely. It is so important that you surround yourself with people, like-minded people that have goals that you might have, so that you can actually achieve them. Because if you surround yourself with people that kind of make rude comments when you say or when you mention a goal or something, so it's important that you surround yourself with people that you want to be like. Find a way, even if you're shy or embarrassed, and that will help you. Really good quote out there that says, like, it's so important you're a percentage of the people that you hang around with. So that's why I'm very particular who I hang around with, because I will not hang around just with anyone. I know that's the truth. Number three is read all of the real estate books that you could read, all the podcasts about real estate, the motivational books, which I have a list that I can tell you. I actually have a video and I'll link it down below of the books and podcasts that I love, and I have a couple new ones, so I'll probably do a video on that, of my new books that I have listened to. I don't necessarily have the time to sit down and read them, so I do Audible. So make sure that you're listening everything about real estate, and read blogs and articles about your industry or real estate so that you know what's going on. That brings me to the fourth one. It's really important that you are the knowledge broker. Make sure that you're reading blogs about your industry and what's going on with interest rates and what's going on overall, inflation, like everything. Make sure that you do that so that you feel confident when you're in front of buyers and sellers. Make sure that you set a time to do that and actually study what's going on in your industry, and also study the market that you're in. This will make you way more confident, and when somebody asks you a question about real estate, you know how to answer. So that is really, really important. 5 is skip the lunches and networking. I'm not saying to not become friends with agents, but at the beginning of your career, there is no reason why you should be out networking, drinking beer, having like all this. It's important that at the beginning, when you start real estate, that you're focusing on marketing and you're focusing on booking appointments. That is your main goal at the beginning. I have seen agents where they just start getting known in the market but are actually not selling real estate. So it's important that I did not go to networking events for like I actually just started going the last 2 years to networking events. Yes, relationships are important, and I'm not saying to not get to know the other agents, but sitting down and wasting long times just talking to other agents doesn't bring you business. So make sure that you're focused on appointments and marketing at the beginning. What I would do is go to brokers open house, which are quick and they actually bring value to you because you're looking at the inventory, you're looking at the neighborhood, and you're also meeting the agents. So that is a great way to network if you're at the if you're a new agent. Don't go out and have beer and all of that. Of course, if there's agents that you want to get to know personally, invite them for lunch or breakfast. Breakfast is better. And I say that because everyone is busy. All the agents are busy during lunch, so breakfast is way better. Number 6 is make sure that you set 2 hours aside every day or at least 3 times a week to make your phone calls and follow up with people and pretty much prospect. I like to do it every day. If I don't do it, I just don't feel like I am moving my business forward, if that makes sense. Prospecting should be one of the main things that you focus on. That is what's going to bring you business. So make sure that you're following up with people. I know that business is in the follow-up. I sound like a total coach, but it's true. You need to make sure that you are on the phone 2 hours a day prospecting. It could be business owners that you can take for a coffee. It could be your past clients that you could be calling to make sure just how things are going after like 2 weeks of closing. Like, there's a lot that you can do, but make sure that you are making phone calls 2 hours a day. You can call your sphere, like the people you know. You can call business owners that you know on social media. You can call for sale by owners. If you had a closing within the last month, call them to see how things are going. Like, there's so many things that you can do for phone calls, but make sure that you are doing them. Number 7 is to have a coach or a community where you are getting motivation, where you're getting coached, so that you can keep moving forward. That's something that I really recommend. Having a coach has helped me because I have a whole community. He has like a whole website of like resources that I can go to. You can get this from your firm if you have a firm like that, but for me, I don't have that, or I do, but I like more this community. So I have a community and I have resources in there, and yeah, so I really recommend, if you are like 2 years in the business, to have a coach. And if you have the budget as a new agent, rather than spending your money on dumb stuff, because I know we all do that at the beginning, get a coach. That is a recommendation that I have. Number 8 is to role play. I role play what I'm gonna say to my buyers meetings, and then when I'm sitting with sellers, especially right now that the market is changing, you want to make sure that you are talking to the sellers and knowing how to say things so that you don't come off rude or certain ways. So having that community, like I mentioned, has helped a lot because they do role plays there, and so I kind of copy and paste in a way and make it my own. So yeah, I role play just once a week. That's enough for me, and sometimes I skip it, but I always make sure that I have it in my calendar, because if not, you are practicing on your client, and that is not the way to go. Number 9 is to have an office with a door, because when you go to the office, it's so easy to get carried away and just be talking to the other realtors about nonsense, like how your life is going, which is okay here and there, but you need to make sure that you come in, close the door, and focus on what you're doing, because it can be really easy to just get distracted. Then you end up going to lunch, and then 3 hours pass and you didn't do anything. So that's a tip I can give you that has helped me. Number 10 is to write everything down in a notebook. It's important that as soon as you start your business and you start getting a couple clients, that you write down in your notebook like what steps you are taking to communicate with them, if that makes sense. So make sure you're writing down in detail so that you can create systems of how you're going to communicate, and so that things don't slip out and your communication doesn't go good, if that makes any sense. I hope it does. But yeah, that is helpful. Write everything down, that for buyer, on the buyer side, on the sellers, on everything. You have 2 bonuses. Number 1 is to set goals and do a business plan. I have that community. So for Tom Ferry, that's where I have my community, and so he has in his website like my business plan. So I go in there and create a really simple business plan, very simple. Make sure that you don't like go too in detail. I mean, go in detail, but not too much where it's getting overwhelming and where you feel like you're not gonna end up doing anything because it's too detailed. So keep it simple, set goals. I have in my iPhone, in my notes, everything that I want to accomplish in this year. I have what I want to accomplish in the next 5 years, and I will have in there my 10-year goals, and I have there my 20-year goals. So make sure that you're writing things down, because I mean, putting them out there or just having them in your brain is not going to do you any good. You're just going to get stressed. So write it down and review your goals during the week when you're feeling down and stuff like that, so that you can get motivated. Second bonus one is dress up for success and show up to the office. I know sometimes we say that we can work from home, we can do things from home, but going to the office will motivate you. It will make you more productive. If you end up booking an appointment while you're making a phone call, you can say, oh, I can be there in 30 minutes. Are you available? Because you're already going to be ready. So I remember a situation where I always do this. So I always get ready in the morning. I mean, obviously there's days where I don't, but most of the days I get ready and show up to the office. I remember I got a phone call one day from an agent, and she was like, hey, I have a builder that wants to have a meeting in the next like hour, and they don't want to work with me, but they want somebody for me to recommend them to someone. It's not that they didn't want to work with her, it's the whole story behind it. But she said, can you come in like 30 minutes? And I was like, yeah, I can go. I had already role played before, so I knew what to say. I was ready. I was professional looking. So I showed up 30 minutes later and it went really good. So you never know when an opportunity is going to come, even with a phone call and stuff like that. So being ready is really important, and it will just motivate you to do a video or, you know, things like that. So yeah, I hope that is helpful. I wish I had a video like this when I first started real estate, so that I knew like what to do. So yeah, I have proven results. So I did sell about 45 homes last year, and I'm already in pace of 50 this year. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and if you guys have any referrals, feel free to send them to me. I also work like in the Seattle area, Tri-Cities, Washington, all around there. So